The Tomy and Trackmaster Adventures of Thomas the Tank Engine, Episode 4, Edward in Charge. Edward, the number 2 Blue Engine, had worked and lived at the Iron Circle for many years. He's also one of the oldest engines on the island of Sodor, and he's also very wise and likes to give engine advice. And he's also very mature. And even had his own branch line as well, like Thomas. And he's also an extrapid engine. He can also chunk trucks too. Edward had worked on Sodor for many years, and he's proud of that. Edward hoped one day nothing bad would happen going on in his life. Well, at least he thought. One day, after another hard day's work at Naffle Station, Edward was resting when the topman hat came. "Oh, hello, sir. What's up?" "Hey, Edward," he said. "Today I'm gonna go away tomorrow on the mainland for a meeting." "A meeting? Oh, okay. What about it?" "Oh, I won't be gone for a whole day, so I'm gonna let you be in charge of the railway until I get back." "Oh, okay," said Edward. "That sounds, cool. Plus, I need to give you some tip jobs for some engines for need to do for tomorrow." "Oh, okay. I'm listening." So the topman explained very slowly. First, Gordon must pull the express for a China clay of the coaches. He must take them from the Naffle Station all the way to the docks. He must pop very slowly, to that way the place will not break. "Okay," said Edward. "What's next?" What's next is that James had to shunt on trucks at the yard. Uh-oh, he's not gonna like it. Indeed, he is not gonna like it. And Toby, well, Toby must take some passengers along with his coach Henrietta. He must be fast as Gordon. Okay," said Edward. But that's a topman hat left. But what Edward didn't know, that Diesel was listening to the conversation. This gave Diesel have a devious, naughty idea. "Hey, Diesel, can I help you with anything?" "Oh, the topic I wanted to tell you that there been a mix-up." "A mix-up? Are you sure?" said Edward, and confused. "Yes, there's been a mix-up. Gordon not been signed to pull the express for tomorrow. James had been signed to pull the express." "What?" "But that's Gordon's job. He pulled the express. James sometimes pulled the express, like that one time when there's been a mix on the express, and James got to take it." Yeah, I know, but that was a long time ago. This time, James is gonna pull the express." "But what about Gordon? What's Gordon going to do?" "Gordon gonna shunt trucks in the yard." "Shunt trucks in the yard? But he always said this, that 10 engines never shunt. What they actually do?" "Whatever. Besides, there's been a mix-up." "Well, Toby still got his job, right?" Diesel fought long and hard. Actually, no, he does not." What do you mean?" "There's gonna be a lot of passengers for him, so he's gonna take the express as well." "What? But what about Henrietta?" "Oh, Thomas will pull Henrietta for him." "But Thomas got his own coach as Annie and Clarabelle. Who's gonna take Annie and Clarabelle for him?" How about Percy?" "Okay," said Edward. "I guess I'm gonna tell them tonight." "Alright," said Diesel. And with that, Diesel went off. "Well, I guess I better tell everyone tomorrow," said Edward. With that, Edward puffed away out at Nafford. Later that night, at Tim's sheds, Edward told the others what Diesel told him. All the other engines seemed to sit it. the scene just fits. But why? Asked Thomas confused. Yeah, said James. Something's fishy is going on over here. Plus, said Henry, you should know by now that Diesel cannot be trusted. But he told me earlier that there'd been a mix-up. You, Gordon, are not gonna pull the express. You, James, are gonna shunt. You, James, are gonna shunt. You, Gordon, are gonna shunt trucks in the yard. You, James, are gonna pull the express. Thomas, you're pulling Henrietta. And you, Percy, are gonna pull Annie and Claire out. The entrance all was shocked. Come on, Edward. That's not almost entirely true at all. Besides, Toby's the one to pull Henrietta, and Toby the one to pull Annie Clappers to Coates. Gordon is the one to pull the express, like always. And Jane sometimes pull the express. Yeah, why did he tell you this? Come on, he's telling the truth for this time. Oh, come on, said Gordon. I think he's lying. I don't think he's lying this time, said Edward. Maybe he is telling the truth. But the engines shook their heads. Well, we better find out what's gonna happen tomorrow, said Percy. And with that, the engines one by one fell fast asleep. The next morning, all the engines got ready for the trains. Well, the train, what they did expect. Percy was coming up to Annie and Clarabelle. Tom was coming up to Henrietta. And James and Toby were coming up the express. This is not right, said Toby. I should not be pulling the express because, well, I'm not kind of like strong enough to pull these coaches. There are a lot of heavy people in them. I should not be taking Henrietta, or I should Percy pull my coaches Annie and Clarabelle. Besides, a couple of times Percy can take Annie and Clarabelle, but this is kind of mixed up. And I should not be taking Henrietta because she belongs to Toby, not to me. I know how you feel, said Henrietta. This is kind of mixed up too. Annie, Clarabelle, and Henrietta all look at each other and puzzled. Goodbye, Henrietta, said Toby. I miss you. I miss you too, she said. We miss you too, Thomas, said Annie and Clarabelle. Hopefully Percy will take care of us. You're welcome, said Thomas. The guard whistled blue for the express. James let off very fast. Toby let off very slow pace. And soon, the guard whistled blue for Thomas and Percy. They left with their trains too. Meanwhile, Gordon was shunting trucks in the yard, and he was not happy because there had been a mix-up. He bumped the truck very hard. Ow! Said the truck. That hurt. Be quiet, you, he said in a grumbling voice. Dan did nothing. I should be out there pulling the express. I should not be staying here shunting trucks in him. I should pull the express. That was my job. Not Cyril, James, or Toby. This is a complete disaster. But what Gordon didn't know was that Diesel was in New York too. He had an evil grin on his face. A devious face. That plan is working, he said. With that, Diesel went off to do the other jobs. Meanwhile, Ed was on the other side of the yard, relaxing. This is a very good time to relax, until I can help someone. Just then, Duck came in. Hey Duck, can I help you with something? Yes, said Duck. I heard there's confusion and delay all over the island. What? Said Edward. How come? Well, said Duck, first of all, Gordon supposed to pull the express when he's shunting trucks in the yard. That was James's job. Second of all, Toby supposed to pull Henrietta, but Thomas is pulling Henrietta, and Percy is pulling Thomas's closest Annie and Clarabelle. Now look what's happening. James had knocked down the china clay plates, and now they smashed the smithereens. They expect that Toby's pulling is not on time. He's pulling really slow. Thomas and Percy are doing okay, but as for Gordon, there's confusion delay all over Sodor. Edward was horrified. What? He said. But what? Said Doc. Yesterday, even when the time that told me, Diesel came and he told me there's a mix-up. A mix-up? A mix-up of what? What the Topman had to say to me. Gordon pulled the Pony Express, Jane would have shown Chucks in the yard, Toy with the pole, then Edward realized something. Ugh, that devious Diesel. He's nothing up for his silly old tricks. You're right, said Doc. That Diesel's nothing but trouble. Come on, said Edward. We must stop this. With that, Edward and Duck puff away. They found Diesel into a siding. Devious Diesel, they said in an angry voice. Were you the one who told Edward about the mix-up? Yes, said Diesel. I just wanted to have some fun. Well, said Diesel, look what you did. There's confusion delay all over Sodor. Now, you Diesel, stay there until further notice, until the top of that comes back. Come on, we better tell everyone about this. The two engines set off. They found Gordon in the siding, who was sulking, very angry. Gordon, they said. What? There had been a big mistake. These were the one who told Edward, and he lied to him. What? I knew it was a lie. That Diesel's so going to get it. Don't worry, I'll tell the rest about this. With that, Gordon puffed away to tell everyone the news. Thanks to Edward and Duck, everything was soon back to normal. Gordon was pulling the express once again. Jane was something trucks in the yard like the top of that accent too. And Toby was pulling Henrietta with passengers, fast like Gordon like the top of that had said. The next day, Totominat got back from the mainland. Hi, Edward, he said. How did it go? Edward explained the whole entire story. Ugh, I see. Diesel, you are caused confusion delay like that. You told Edward a lie, and you almost got the engines confusing delay. What were you thinking? I know, sir. Sorry, sir. As a punishment, you're gonna shunt trucks in the yard for quite some time until I can trust you again. Yes, sir. Diesel went off in disgrace. Edward was very proud of himself. From now on, he will never trust Diesel, and he's a liar. Do you think Diesel will cause that kind of trouble again? I hope not.